Hey guys! Today I'm sharing a funfetti cake recipe with you. I really love making these kinds of cakes because they're fast and easy and everybody loves funfetti. This is a really great recipe that I know you're going to love, so let's get started. Now the first thing that you want to do is pop on your oven. It needs to be at 325 degrees Fahrenheit or 165 degrees Celsius. The things that we're going to need to make this cake are half a cup of vegetable or canola oil, 2/3 of a cup of white sugar, 4 egg whites, which I've let get up to room temperature, half a cup of sprinkles, a cup of milk, a dash of vanilla, a couple of teaspoons of baking powder, and 1 3/4 cups of plain all-purpose flour. I've also lined 2 6-inch round cakes that we're going to be placing our batter into. Now the first thing to go into our mixer is our egg whites. We're going to be popping them on a medium speed and then raising it up to high until it forms stiff peaks. And you'll know it's ready when you can turn that bowl over and it doesn't fall out. Next we're going to add a couple of teaspoons of our baking powder into our flour and give that a little stir. And then we're going to add a teaspoon of vanilla into our milk. I'm going to remove the egg whites from the bowl now and pop in the sugar as well as the oil and just give that a little stir to combine. Then we're going to alternate between adding our milk mixture and our flour mixture. You want to do this about 2 or 3 times and don't quite let it fully combine before you dump the next lot in. Otherwise you'll end up whipping it a little bit too much. Now I'm going to take about 1/3 of that egg white and I'm going to whisk that in with my mixer as well. And then I'm just going to fold in the remaining egg whites. Just being really gentle. And this is going to help to make our batter nice and light and fluffy. And lastly, my favourite part, we get to add in those sprinkles. Give it a really gentle stir. Oh my gosh, I love this part. It looks like a gorgeous rainbow that you get to eat. Okay, let's bring those pans over. And we're going to divide our batter equally between the 2 pans. Now I'm going to go and pop these into the oven for about 30 to 35 minutes. You want to make sure that they're fully cooked through, and when you poke it with a skewer, it comes out clean. And then after they've been resting for about 10 minutes, you can flip them over. Allow them to cool on the wire rack for about half an hour, and then wrap them up and chill them in the fridge. Now while my cake's chilling in the fridge, I'm going to go ahead and get started on my vanilla buttercream to use in the layers and on the outside of this cake. So what you're going to need for this is just some unsalted butter, icing sugar or powdered sugar. I'm going to add to that 1.5 teaspoons of vanilla extract just to ramp up that beautiful sweet vanilla taste. So first thing, we're going to place our butter into our mixer and just mix it on medium for about 2 minutes until it's light and fluffy. You'll see it change colour and you'll know it's good to go. Now you can pop in all of that powdered sugar, just about 1 cup at a time. Make sure it's starting to combine and then keep going. And finally we're going to add our vanilla and just give it a little whip around to make that combine. Now I'm going to go ahead and take out a little bit of this frosting so that I can make it our accent colour, which is a pretty pink. I'm going to be using electric pink in Americolor. And if you're not sure how much colour to use, just keep most of it off to the side and then you can keep stirring it in as you need to. And for the rest, I'm using Americolor Electric Blue. Okay, there we go. And just mix that in. So now my cakes are ready, they're out of the fridge and they have cooled down, and now we can start layering them up with our beautiful frosting. So the first thing I'm going to do is just take the top off this. I just want to level it out a little bit, but I don't want to lose too much cake. Okay, then I'm going to come around and just score a layer into it. And remember, you can always use a ruler to measure your height of your layers as well if you want it to be super perfect. Now I'm going to apply a little bit of buttercream to my board, place some of my cake on, make sure it's in the center, and give it a little press down. Add some of our beautiful blue frosting and just start stacking them up. Come back around and scrape off that excess, and then we can apply a crumb coat to our cake. This is just a really thin coat that helps to lock in the crumbs before we do our final layer. After we apply this, we're going to scrape it back and pop it into the fridge for about 10 or 15 minutes to set. Once it's out of the fridge, it's ready for its final coat. Now you may have noticed that unlike lots of our cakes, I haven't shaved down the sides of this before adding my crumb coat. The reason is that this is a really fluffy cake, and so we want to be gentle with it. So I didn't want to cut into the sides at all because I don't want it to become all crumbly and crummy. And then just go ahead and scrape it back till it's nice and smooth. Bring the excess over the top, and then just do a nice coat on the top as well. Just run it out to meet the edge. Doesn't have to be perfect because we're going to pipe a trim on this anyway. Okay, now it's time for a little bit of fun piping. I know I say fun piping and everybody kind of looks like, oh no, but this, trust me, is easy. It's just a shell border on the top and on the bottom of the cake. So load up your piping bag with a bit of that pink, and using a number 21 tip, you're just going to squeeze and drag. And if you're wondering what's wrong with this picture, it's that I'm a lefty. So if you're right-handed, just drag in the opposite direction. Once you've done the top, you can start on the bottom. And lastly, I'm just going to add some gorgeous sprinkles to the top of the cake. And there you go, guys. You don't need a packet mix to make a fun and easy funfetti cake. I hope you enjoyed watching. Subscribe to our channel for more videos and stay tuned for our next cake decorating video next Tuesday.